dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
What's up, everybody? And here he comes. No, Zeus, we're not doing this. We not, son. We not. No. I said no. I don't care about your temper tantrum. I said no. No. And I mean it. No. I mean it. Zeus. Well, if y'all could only see this dude right now. If y'all don't, his head is literally on top of my laptop. Literally. Anyway, so first thing I wanted to do, I did receive the good news. Somebody just dropped it in my comments. Dutch, please confirm it for me though. First thing I want to talk about, this happened about an hour ago. Well, I got the damn notification an hour ago. Maria Weinbaum was, I don't want to say Matthew is her father, but I believe it is. I could be wrong though, but I believe that she has been found. For Maria, I do believe she has been found, and Matthew is in custody from my understanding. But like I said, Dutch, if you please can confirm that for me. And by the way, shout out to Dutch because she's the one who made this flyer for me. Soon as I got it, I posted what I had from Facebook, and then I sent it to Dutch. I'm like, can I get a flyer, please? Because the original flyer didn't even have his face on there. So, yeah, there's that. And Dutch was right on it. 5 minutes later, I got a message. Here you go. So, thank you, Dutch, for that. I appreciate that. So, yes, it is confirmed she has been found safe, and Matthew is in custody from my understanding. Awesome. That is good news. I'm glad that we can get that resolved. So, no, I don't want to do that. Thanks, though, for the thing. So I really want to be quick because I'm here during lunch. And I know Dutch has a live at 4:45. Dutch, if you want to, you can drop the link for that. Missing flyers. So we will be doing that on Dutch's channel. Not sure who else is going live, but I do know Dutch is going live later, so just want to put that out there. Hey, Dina. And hey, sis, Pika, Dutch. Appreciate y'all being here. First things first, Robert Brooks. I'm proud that indictments are coming out, but the issue I have is we don't know what those indictments are, because they're sealed, and they won't be unsealed till tomorrow. So we have no idea what they're charged with. I'm hoping it's murder. I hope. But we know how that shit can go. I hope. I don't know. They be doing the okie doke and pulling fuck shit. So, but At least 9 prison employees will be charged next week, which this was written 3 days ago, so that's why it says next week. Just give y'all an idea that this is from the Syracuse.com. At least 9 prison employees will be charged next week in sealed indictments issued by grand jury in the death of inmate Robert Brooks, according to a source familiar with the case. The indictments are scheduled to be unsealed in Oneida County Court on Tuesday, so tomorrow they should be unsealed. It is unknown what charges the employees, believed to be largely correction officers, will face. On December 9th, multiple correction officers repeatedly punched and kicked Brooks in the groin, abdomen, and face in the infirmary at Marcy Correctional Facility in Oneida County. He died hours later at Utica Hospital. The savage beating was recorded on video by body cameras worn by 4 of the prison guards. None had turned on their camera, but 30 minutes of the video was passively recorded without audio. Oneida County grand jurors voted to issue the indictments after viewing evidence presented by the office of Onondaga County District Attorney William Fitzpatrick. If I said it wrong, don't come for me. Y'all know I'm a Southerner. I'm country as hell, so don't come for me. He was appointed as a special prosecutor in the case after the state attorney general's office recused themselves. Fitzpatrick declined to comment on whether the indictments had been issued. Multiple federal agents and state agencies are investigating Brooks' death. Brooks' death was ruled a homicide by Onondaga County Medical Examiner's Office, according to family lawyer Elizabeth Mazur. His cause of death was compression of the neck and multiple blunt impact injuries. Preliminary findings from Brooks' autopsy showed he suffered extensive bruising, a broken nose, and bleeding in his genitals and neck. Brooks arrived at the Marcy prison at about 9 p.m. December 9th. 3 guards carried him face down by his hands and feet to an exam table in the prison infirmary. Multiple guards soon began viciously punching and hitting Brooks, at one point shoving him against a window. One guard can be seen in body cam footage putting both hands around Brooks' neck and yanking him off the exam table. After the beating, Brooks is seen bloody and stripped to his underwear. The Brooks family filed a wrongful death lawsuit last month in federal county court, claiming state officials oversee a dangerously broken prison system that brutalizes inmates, which they're not lying. Governor Kathy Hochul visited the Marcy prison in weeks after the beating and named a new permanent superintendent for the facility. She also announced a variety of initiatives to improve the larger state prison system. Hochul has ordered all state employees involved in the beating to be fired. State officials initially identified 14 employees, followed later by another 4. 2 of the employees have resigned. Several of the correction officers are defendants in lawsuits alleging other cases of abuse against inmates, including one contending the Marcy prison has a beat-up squad. Oh, sounds like the Goon Squad down there in Mississippi. What's up with all these goddamn squads with correction officers and police? The union representing correction officers, the New York State Correctional Officers and Police Benevolent Association, has denounced the actions of the officers involved in the beating. Brooks, 43, originally of Greece in Monroe County, was sentenced in 2017 to 12 years in prison on a first-degree assault charge. He was arrested after stabbing his girlfriend multiple times. Brooks had been held in the Mohawk Correctional Facility, records show, but was moved the day of the assault to Marcy Prison. He had been transferred for his safety. A state prison system investigator testified since he had been involved in altercation with other inmates. The Marcy Prison is a medium security facility located in Oneida County, about 7 miles west of Utica. It had 829 inmates as of February 1st, records show. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it for some reason, whenever it comes to correctional officers, police, and shit like that, it always they don't outright charge them with murder, especially not first degree, or I haven't seen it. Like prime example, Tyree Nichols. They didn't go after first degree; they're going after second degree. So I guess we'll see tomorrow when the indictments are unsealed. I also have an issue with the number of indictments that's going out. There was 14, actually 16 people involved with this. 16 people sat there and watched that shit happen. But we only have 9 indictments going out. That's the issue. The math ain't mathing for me. Hey, headstones. No, I'm not for this shit. I'm not. I understand he committed a crime. I understand he was sentenced. I understand he had issues with other inmates. And a part of me wondered, was that gang ties as to why he had issues. It's just how prison is. Now, you can go in unaffiliated, but typically you might want to get affiliated. But that's, like I said, men's side is completely different than women's. Women's is not like that for some reason, but men's side. But regardless of what he did he deserve what he got that day on the day of December 9th? Did he deserve to die by the hands of correctional officers? No, absolutely not. You had 2 nurses sit there and watched what happened, never once intervened, never once said, hey, yo, if y'all kill him, that's all of our asses. Y'all know that, right? Nobody ever tried to talk sense into these motherfuckers, period. So the 2 nurses need to lose their license and they need to be charged because I'm sorry, you watched it. You allowed it to happen. So, yeah, you need to be charged too. And everybody else that stood there and watched, I don't care if you didn't fucking hit him. You sat there and you watched. So I'm not understanding the number. You had 16 people involved total, but only 9 indictments going out. The math ain't fucking mathing. Where's the other 7 indictments? So you mean to tell me it's okay? I can sit here and watch somebody get killed and not do a motherfucking thing? That's okay? By law, let me guess, y'all gonna use them as witnesses so they get immunity. Is that what y'all are doing? If that's the case, I don't want it. I don't want them to get immunity. I want their asses charged too. They watched that shit. Came in and out smiling and shit. One of the goddamn nurses was literally sat there and fucking smiled. And that shit ain't okay. It happened at damn, I done forgot that damn fast. It happened Marcy Correctional. December 9th, he was beaten. He was moved from a different correction. He was moved from a different prison because he was having issues with other inmates. So they moved him for safety. Turned around, they moved him to Marcy. That same day he got moved to Marcy is the same day he died. The guards literally beat him. You can find the video. I refuse to play the video. I'm not going to. Anybody that knows me know I'm not showing that shit on my channel. All you have to do is type in Robert Brooks and you will find the videos. It's pieced together, so it's going to be sliced because you had 4 different body cams capturing piece by piece. So it's It's gonna be spliced, but you basically see it from start to finish. Well, you don't see it from start because we don't know what happened outside because he was outside on the ground and they carried him in there. So we don't know what happened outside. But when he's in the exam room, you see them beat the living shit out of him. They kicked him in his groin to the point where he had bleeding coming out of his penis. It's bad. So hell on wheels, it's bad. It's bad. And 16 different people involved with this. Now, there's only 9 indictments coming out. We have no idea what the indictments are because they are sealed. We will not know until tomorrow during court hearings proceedings tomorrow. So that's why I'm kind of like, why are the indictments sealed? What type of fuck shit are y'all finna pull? It was a fucked up case from the jump. You had the DA pull out because she's already in cases with some of these officers for the same fucking shit. That's what took so long for charges to eventually come out because she recused herself from it. And then turned around, they had to get a special counsel on this. And it's been a clusterfuck since the beginning of when all this shit happened. It's a clusterfuck. 2 prisons now have correctional officers on strike up there. So are they on strike because they're fellow correction officers? See, I didn't read that, but then again, I didn't look for that. So are they on strike because their fellow officers are being charged, or are they on strike for the inmates and protection of the inmates? I think I already know the answer, but I'm curious. Hell on wheels, it was bad. Another person, you can go to Duty Ron's page. Duty Ron has covered it extensively. He has had former inmates and things like that discuss what goes on at Marcy. So if you want to go check out Duty Ron, because like Duty Ron has went in depth with this. I figured his stunts. I figured anything to cover their friend's ass. There's no justification. I don't give a damn. Y'all can strike all y'all want to. There's no justification for what your fellow colleagues did. It was literally fucking 10, 12 on 1. They literally took turns, tag teamed each other. Tag, now you go beat them. They took turns. So I don't give a damn about y'all striking. Go ahead. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. Talking about working conditions. Why you wasn't worried about working conditions before Robert Brooks? If y'all were so concerned about your working conditions, here we go with this bullshit. If y'all was so concerned about this shit, why didn't y'all say something a while back? What, y'all just now thought about it since Robert Brooks passed? Now you want to show your ass? Now you want to say conditions are horrible for y'all? Timing is everything. If you, the fuck? Whatever. If you was that worried about your safety and concern, you would have took care of that shit a while ago. You would have been sitting here trying to say something a while ago. Not wait until an inmate dies. Go viral because the guards really got caught beating the shit out of someone to the point where they killed them. And now y'all wanna. Now you worried about your safety. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Shit is wild. Yeah, they treat them like animals and expect. And eventually, I'm gonna have to talk about it here too, because since beginning of the year, since January 1st, 201, which is our county, or not our county, but our city jail, that's where you go to get booked. If you get arrested, you go into 201 first. 5 people have died mysteriously at 201 since January. Now, I say mysterious. Of course, I know 2 of them for a fact are ODs. They won't talk about that, though, because they don't want to talk that they got drugs in their facility, which would mean some of your guards ain't shit. Huh? Yeah, you won't tell that side of it, will you? 201. Yeah, his sons. It's got to the point where now even our news is like, yeah, we can't ignore it. We just had one die last week. It was last week or week before last. And I read it briefly. I didn't go into it, but I seen his family get on the news. There's multiple lawsuits against 201 right now for their inhumane conditions. Then you got the sheriff coming out and saying, no, we do need a new jail because you got black mold and all type of shit down there. No shit. And it happens, hell on wheels. It does. It happens a lot. I mean, not all guards are pieces of shit. I'm not saying that. Just like I don't think all cops are pieces of shit, but some of them, a rotten apple will spoil the bunch. I've seen it one too many times. It's bad when you have cops of your own kind that turn a blind eye to what their fellow cops do to people. And I have an issue with that. I do. Our prison systems need to be rehauled. It needs our whole damn system needs to be revised, revisit, and figure this shit out. We need to figure out jail reform and bail reform because once again, I'm gonna keep preaching this. People did not read the fine print when they saw bail reform. They was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Y'all didn't realize it included murders, chomos, pedos, and everybody else. We need to revisit some of that. But we also need to visit programs that'll help, like, say, a drug addict. We need programs for that. We need programs for, like, mentally ill people. People are surprised how many mentally ill people are in jail versus, like, a psych ward or something like that. No, they'll just send them to jail. See, that's fucked up. I've also heard about about prisoners taking their own life, but we need reform all the way around. We do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We need that reform. Hey, Grandma Sherry, my favorite grandma. Um, we're in 2025, and there should be no reason why inmates, suspects are still dying at the hands of police or correction officers, especially when they're already have their hands handcuffed. They can't defend themselves. It shouldn't have took no damn near 2 months, 3 months to file charges. A sealed indictment on top of that, and like I said, if it doesn't fucking come out first degree murder, they're gonna pull some bullshit. I'm telling y'all what I know. They did the same shit here. They refused to charge MPD with first degree murder for the death of Tyree. Instead, they said second degree. I'm sorry, it was premeditated when they said Justin fat ass and because his ass shouldn't even be MPD. He pepper sprayed everybody at the fucking scene, and I'm not letting that shit go. His ass say here, I hope they stomp his ass out when they catch him. There's premeditation right there. So why I wasn't charged for first degree is beyond me, but here we are. So if it doesn't come out first degree murder, they're going to pull some bullshit. Just know that. Yeah, absolutely. That's why and they still didn't get first degree murder charges. Why? Why? When it was premeditated. Y'all basically talked about how y'all was going to kick his ass. So there's that. But moving on to our next topic, as y'all know, Jimmie J. Lee's body was found by hunters 2 weekends ago. Weekend before last, or no, it was 2 weekends ago. By deer hunters. And they were basically able to identify his body because he had a necklace, or she had a necklace. I need to stop doing that. I'm not doing that to be disrespectful to my trans people. It's just a habit of I don't catch myself. So please understand I'm not being disrespectful to Jay and her pronouns. I'm not trying to. It's just my brain work is fucked up, okay? Jay wore a necklace that had Jay on it. And that's how they were basically able to identify without doing all the other stuff first. And then when they got the DNA results back, that's when they actually confirmed, it was in fact Jay. Well, I told y'all Sheridan was going to be over there shitting brick. I told y'all. He had to been over there sweating bullets and shitting bricks. I know it. They snatched Sheldon Timothy Herrington's ass right back up. He is in jail. And he will not get a bond until his hearing on February 21st. They have added new charges to him, which is, of course, the first degree murder, actual capital murder, Capital, same thing. Capital murder, kidnapping, and tampering with evidence. They got his ass. And his defense, like I said previously, the main defense argument was, well, we don't have a body, so how can you say it was murder? Well, Sheldon You suck at this. I don't know what happened. How the fuck you had shovels, U-Hauls, all type of shit? And I'm grateful as hell he was still found. But you suck at this. Just gonna, like, you should have stuck to the college kid route and not this bullshit route you chose. Because you fucked up. True enough, a lot of it was circumstantial at first. But now, with the geotags showed that, no, your ass was in the area. Plus, they got your ass on camera to show, no, your ass was in the area. Your ass had shovels. Your ass, they got all of this shit. Plus, the body being found in that location. You were sloppy as shit. And I'm glad. Because you thought you got away with murder. No. Nope. No, you didn't. Y'all gonna trip out this part. Now, the last time he had a defense. He had a defense team. Hey, Connie. But not this time. Not this time. Now, this past Saturday, his family did finally lay him to rest. Her to rest. They finally laid Jay to rest. And the family, I could only imagine, for almost 2.5 years your loved one's been missing. Then you finally get that phone call that your loved one is found. And you're officially able to hold a real funeral for that person. I could only imagine the emotions that the family goes through. And all because of what? Because Timothy ass didn't want it to come out that he was gay, he was bi. If you were that ashamed of it, then why was you doing it? Why? Why did you take someone else's life because you were so ashamed of what you did? I guess I don't understand that part and never will understand that part. That's a you problem. That's something you did. That wasn't Jay's fault. That was your fault. But instead you took it out on Jay. Family and friends gathered at that Exodus Assembly in Ridgeland on Saturday to celebrate the life of Jimmie J. Lee. Lee was laid to rest a few weeks after authorities said his remains were found in Carroll County by deer hunters. His great-aunt Naomi Tyler Williams reflected on her last visit with Lee. I remember the talk that Jay and I had. Brilliant young man. He wanted to get his degree so he could come back and help his people that needed him. That was the type of person Jay was, Williams said. Sheldon Timothy Herrington is now charged with capital murder and tampering with evidence in the case. He pleaded not guilty on Tuesday. Herrington will be held without bond until his hearing on February 21st, where he will be represented, surprise, surprise, by a public defender. He was indicted on February 7th. The state is not prepared to say if they will seek the death penalty at the time. Herrington was accused of killing Lee, a University of Mississippi student, to hide an alleged romantic relationship in 2022. Herrington went to trial in December, but a jury was unable to reach a verdict and a mistrial was declared. He has maintained his innocence. Timothy Herrington, a former University of Mississippi student whom prosecutors accused of the murder of Jimmie J. Lee, once again faces a new trial for capital murder after discovery of Lee's long missing remains in a dumping ground in Carroll County, Mississippi. Circuit Court Judge Kelly Luther arraigned Herrington on Tuesday, February 11th, adding evidence tampering to the list of charges against Herrington. As before, Herrington pleaded not guilty. Luther said his bond hearing for February 21st, where Lafayette County District Attorney Ben Creekmore may seek the death penalty, something the state declined to do for Herrington's previous trial before the body was found. Creekmore told the Daily Journal that the recovery of Lee's body was a material change in the circumstances. Lee disappeared in July 2022. Herrington's arraignment comes after hunters in Carroll County found Lee's body in a dumping ground just outside of Winona, Mississippi, roughly half an hour away from Herrington's hometown of Grenada, Mississippi. Law enforcement said he returned to his parents' home in Grenada on the day of Lee's disappearance and retrieved a shovel, a wheelbarrow, in his box truck before departing. Carroll County Coroner Mark Stiles told the Mississippi Free Press last week that the dumping ground was well known to local law enforcement, something business owners in the area confirmed. But it took over 2 years for Lee's body to be discovered, thanks to deer hunters who may have been only in the area due to the chance extension of the hunting season in the region. Prosecutors have long alleged that Herrington murdered Lee to conceal their sexual relationship. Lee, 20 at the time of his murder, was openly gay, but Herrington was not, prosecutors say. Lafayette County prosecutors' first attempt to try Herrington for Lee's murder last year ended in a hung jury, with reports indicating that the absence of Lee's body led to a single juror to the deadlock on a verdict. Luther appointed 2 public defenders to defend Herrington. Attorneys Denise Fondren and Kevion Taylor. Mississippi House Rep. Kevin Horan, Republic Grenada, who represented Herrington in his last trial, was not in attendance. Herrington will remain in jail without bond until his hearing next week at the earliest. A celebration of life was scheduled for Saturday, February 15th in Ridgeland, Mississippi. And we discussed all that. So he's fucked. They got too much on you now. They got the body, plus they got all the circumstantial that lead. Yeah, you fucked. You fucked. And I'm glad. I'm happy for you. You brought that shit on. I'm happy for you. Good job. Good job, Sheldon. You a dumbass. Can have all the book smart in the world and still be a dumbass. So I guess we'll have a hearing on February 21st with his ass. Hopefully, if he does get a bond, it's so high he can't post it, but it seems to me that him and his folks ain't got no money this time because they got public defenders. So, yeah, I hope your ass lose. And I hope your ass go to prison. And I hope your ass get hit with capital. I wish a lot of bad shit on you. I really do. All because you were scared your little secret was going to get out. That's fucked up. No, I think with the body and with the circumstantial, because like I said, they do have him on camera with the shovels, the wheelbarrow, and all of that. And plus his whereabouts and his movement tracked on his phone. I think he's fucked. I do. I hope he is. Because their main argument was they didn't have a body, so you can't convict if you ain't got a body, because you can't really prove it's murder. Well, they got the body. They got the body this time. And with it being on camera and all of that shit, I think he's fucked. Now, this is the one I'm worried about, Mr. Jackson Hopper ass. I'm worried about that one. Because there was something I read that I did not fucking know. So, Jackson Hopper is the young man that came all the fucked away from Kentucky to Memphis, Tennessee, to Shelby Farms to find his ex-girlfriend. And while she was getting in her vehicle, shoot 3 times, killing her. While also this happened in broad daylight because there was a breast cancer awareness walk going on. So there was hundreds, if not thousands, of people out there. He proceeds to take police on a high-speed chase through 4 counties that included MPD, Dyers, and Fayette, and there was one more I can't remember. I have to look back. I know MPD dropped out of it, though, eventually when he crossed over county lines, because MPD wasn't there on the scene. They had to do a pit maneuver on him, which caused him to crash out. When he crashed out, they yanked him from the car, and they proceeded to beat the shit out of him. Hey, MK, Cash, everybody else I missed, I'm sorry, y'all. They proceeded to beat the shit out of him. Now, mind you, y'all know I'm against police brutality. But this one time, I didn't give a fuck. Beat the shit out of him. Not only did he endanger thousands of people at a fucking state park, but then you turn around and endanger hundreds of people while taking police on a high-speed chase through our highways. So this is the one time I'm like, I really don't give a fuck. Now, true enough, they beat the shit out of him. Both his eyes was black, swollen shut. He couldn't see out of them. They said his nose was broken, lip busted up, his shit swollen. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't. I don't care. When you do shit like that, you're asking for trouble. Well, a person that was standing by watching all of this unfold took video of it. They didn't know what happened. All they saw was police beating the shit out of a person they just yanked out the car. So they immediately think it's police brutality. So they pulled out their phone and start recording. The sheriffs, everybody involved, the sheriffs backs them up and says, no, what my officers did was right, yada, yada. We didn't hear nothing else about it. Well, they issued indictments for 6 officers that was on scene for a wide range of things. which I figured it was going to happen when that video started going viral, because video started going viral and folks were talking about it. They was like, that's fucked up, yada, yada. They didn't know what happened. Hell, I didn't know. I didn't put two and two together till, the news was like, no, this shit was tied. Because I'm right down the street from Shelby Farms. I'm 5 minutes from Shelby Farms. I go through 3 lights and I'm right there. So I heard the sirens, but I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, they got the breast cancer walk. And so I didn't think nothing of it. Little did I know somebody was literally dead at Shelby Farms. So we're going to discuss what happened. Then we're going to discuss what these cops are hit with as far as charges. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation arrested 6 officers involved in the arrest of suspect accused of Shelby Farms murder in October of 2024. The investigation was prompted by the 29th Judicial District Attorney General Danny Goodman for circumstances surrounding allegations of excessive force during the arrest of Jackson Hopper that occurred on October 19, 2024. The 6 officers arrested are from 3 different law enforcement agencies in West Tennessee. Here's what we know about the suspect and arrest. On October 19, 2024, a walk in support of American Cancer Society took place at Shelby Farms, where Ellie Young, a 22-year-old student from the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, was shot and killed. After a lengthy chase, Jackson Hopper, an ex-boyfriend of Young's, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. In December, Hopper was indicted on first-degree murder and remains in custody and has not been released on bond. Also, keep in mind, Jackson Hopper family is fucking rich. Just want to let y'all know that as well. His family is rich. They own a lot of farmland. His uncle they were willing to put up quite a lot to get him out. But the city is not budging on that because what happened, the city's not trying to let him out. But his family they do have money. So just the FYI on that. During the investigation into Hopper's arrest, TBI agents learned an officer with the Mason Police Department initiated a traffic stop for a vehicle matching the description given by Shelby County law enforcement for Hopper. The driver refused to stop. A pursuit began, and the deputies from multiple agencies joined the pursuit through 3 counties before Hopper crashed on Highway 51 in Dyer County. The arrest sparked an investigation into allegations that the officers used excessive force in detaining Hopper. A video of the arrest shows a group of armed law enforcement around Hopper's vehicle, which was flipped over. An officer demanded that Hopper show his hands. Moments later, he was pulled out of the vehicle and appeared to be struck while on the ground. Toward the end of the video, Hopper seen being escorted and placed in the backseat of a patrol car. The incident left him with black eyes. On February 10th, a Dyer County Grand Jury returned indictments charging the officers with a wide range of offenses, including official misconduct, official oppression, assault, and tampering with evidence. What evidence did y'all fuck with? See, I knew that the official misconduct and all of that shit was going to happen. I knew that. But what evidence did y'all fuck with? That's the type of shit that can fuck up a case and let a known murderer walk right on up out them doors. I didn't give a fuck about y'all beating the shit out of him. But why did you fucking tamper with evidence? That could jeopardize the whole fucking case. Brian Lane, 37, Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office, 1 count each of official misconduct, official oppression, and assault. Zachary Arnold, 32, Mason Police Department, 1 count official misconduct, official oppression, and assault. Dakota Wilkerson, 27, Tipton County Sheriff's Office, 1 count official misconduct, official oppression, and assault. Samuel Chastain, 35, Tipton County Sheriff's, 1 count official misconduct, official oppression, and assault. Benjamin Stanifier, 30, Lauderdale County Sheriff, 1 count of tampering with evidence. Matthew Lawler, 29, Tipton County, 1 count of tampering with evidence. All 6 officers turned themselves in and were each released on a $25,000 bond, which ain't shit because all you got to do is pay 10% and you got $2,500, boom. And then, I don't know about the sheriffs, especially in small towns. I don't know if they got that type of coverage. I don't know. Sheriff Jeff Box in Dyer County released a statement saying, "I'm saddened today by the indictment of 6 officers who heroically assisted my deputies in the capture of a man who had just murdered his ex-girlfriend in broad daylight in Shelby County." Like I said, I don't give a fuck what they did to him. It's the tampering with evidence I have an issue with. And I don't give a damn if it was just y'all fucking with the body cams to make that evidence disappear if y'all beating the shit out of him. I don't care. It still can jeopardize a fucking case. That can throw a case out and let a piece of shit killer like him walk free. That's an issue. When I read that and I was like, tampering with evidence, the fuck? I knew about the beating. I knew that they was going to get official misconduct and shit like that. I knew that was coming. But the tampering with evidence fucked me up. It did, because I didn't expect that one in there. And when I read that, I'm like, how I am now, I'm like, what the fuck? Is you slow or stupid? Y'all know that shit can get a case thrown out. Technically 4 if you count Shelby. He went through 4. If you count our city and county, then the other 3 that he drove through is 4 total. Yeah, like I can't say that shit because I could absolutely see that shit happening, especially here. I could see that shit happening. I'd have to go back to the list, but it was a 4th county. It wasn't just Tipton and Dyer. There was another one. As a matter of fact, it was Lauderdale. Because Lauderdale police was out there. It was Lauderdale County. Because you had Tipton, Dyer, Lauderdale, Shelby backed off, MPD backed off. Because once he crossed county lines on 51 and he had hit the others, he went through 3 counties plus ours. It was 4. Because I remember Lauderdale, Tipton. It was Tipton. Because at one point, the Tipton County Sheriff said at one point in Covington, Hopper tried to run over a Tipton County constable while the constable was deploying stop sticks. And then the chase continued into Lauderdale and Dyer County. So, yeah, I ain't crazy. It was 4, not 3. I ain't crazy, y'all. And then the vehicle was later spotted in Mason. But that type of shit can fuck up a whole case. And then with his folks being rich, his uncle having millions of dollars and willing to secure a bond for him, let's not jeopardize the case, please. Let's not do that. Let's not fuck it up. Cash, that's the only way you're getting off. Money. If you get a public defender, you're fucked. Hell, even when you pay the $5,000, $10,000 for a felony, sometimes you're still fucked. I mean, it's a less of a fucking, but you still get fucked in regard, So, yeah, that's why I'm like, when they sat there and said Timothy Herrington, when they said he got public defenders, I'm like, yeah, you fucked. They might as well just go ahead and see if they can strike a plea deal with, where they don't execute your ass, because they still got a death penalty down there. Hell, we do too, but if I was him, I'd be pleading. Shit, I'd just take the 30 to life or the life sentence. That's me personally, but he's maintaining his innocence, so hell yeah, you gotta pay big money. Shit. That's like Ballin and Massey here. Like, just the consultation with them is $5,000 per felony, $8,000. Every time they file something, $800-$900. You gotta have money to have Massey or Ballin. Hell, but everybody know Ballin the GOAT. Look up the preacher wife case. That girl admitted on stand, I shot my husband. He was abusing me, and she got off on murder. And there was claims if there was really abuse going on. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not negating her story. I just don't know. I just know she stood on stand and said, I shot him. Sure did. And they said not guilty. So, the Murdoch trial was a motherfucker. I swear they was that trial, boy. But the preacher wife trial, that woman straight up on stand said, I shot him, sure did. Calm as shit, said it so calmly, but like I said, Ballin was able to paint a picture of constant abuse in the house. And that's how she was able to get off on murder. Because the DA, Amy, was on her ass. Amy wanted her ass in prison so bad she could taste it. And a lot of people were trying to get Amy to back up out of it because they were like, look, she's a battered woman type, And it was like, fuck that. She shot her husband. I thought it was here. I have to call you back, brother. I could be wrong though. Shit, it was so long ago, and I was still in school, so it may have been. Hell, I don't remember her name to look it up. No, Selmer, Tennessee. Mary Winkler, Selma, Tennessee. It wasn't in Arkansas. I was here. Well, guys, Tennessee, but Selmer, whatever. No, I'm looking at it. Shot her husband in Church of Christ, 4th Street, Selmer, Tennessee. No, she wasn't. Mary Carol Winkler. Matthew Winkler. Yeah, it was Selmer, Tennessee. Anyway, she got off on first murder because she had Ballin. So if you want murder charges, you contact Ballin or Massey. Far cute. The way they made it seem in court, though, they made it seem like he was attacking her and it was like in self-defense type shit. That I don't know though. I don't know because, like I said, there has been questions and doubts if she was truly abused. But I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of their life, so I don't know. I don't know if she was truly abused or not. I know there was questions if she truly was, but they made it seem like he was whooping her ass. So I don't know. I can't speak on that. All I know is like we saw Ballin, and that's when Ballin prices changed. I do know that when Ballin got her off, that's when Ballin changed his prices and he started charging big time money because everybody heard her say, "I shot him," and all of us are sitting here like, guilty, murder, first, one, life, 3 years. I think it was 3 to 6. 3 to 6 because they got on involuntary manslaughter or some shit like that. They had on first, which was life. She got 3 to 6. But I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. I just know if you want to get off your charges, Ballin. That's who you call. That man has the reputation. Then Massey. Massey is like the second best. Then his daughter, Massey's daughter, practice. She's also a top attorney in the city. Like yeah. That's why I said, Kesha, I can't say for sure if there was truly abuse, and I don't know. I just know what was like reported, from court during that time, and they painted like he was. They made it seem like he was like a real life piece of shit. I don't know though. Now I have family close to Silmer, Bolivar, and out that way, and it's not as bad as people think. So I don't know. A lot of friendly ass people out there, but that could be a show. Who knows? So, but so I'm hoping Jackson Hopper's case is not jeopardized with the bullshit that police did. I don't know what tampering with evidence they did. Um, And I guess with this being an ongoing investigation, I'm not going to find out no time soon. So, not until they release documents. Of course, I'll be looking for them, but then with Robert Brooks, tomorrow they will be unsealing his documents or the indictments. Like I said, if we don't get a first-degree murder charge, they're going to pull some fuck shit. I'm just telling you what I know. Cash their haters. You didn't know that. I'm just fucking with you. But anyway, like I said, this wasn't going to be a long live shit. I got to get back to work. So, but y'all have a good day, and I'll catch y'all in Dutch's in a little while, because Dutchy is going to live 5:45 Eastern Time, 4:45 my time if you're on Central Time. I don't know who else is going live after that, but I will be in Dutchess. So, but y'all have a good one, and I'll catch y'all later. Be safe out here. And remember, if you're going to do it, be good at it. But y'all have a good one. And stay out the drama. Stay out the fuck shit. Peace.